Cool.
They're probably like, oh, there's no Mac IT.
Well, I'll do my backpack.
Oh, cool.
He's not gone. Oh no, because so it was push and I was pulling the door.
Oh, okay.
So it looked like a pool and the guy goes push and I'm sorry.
Yeah, push knows everyone. I know, like, people want to hear one.
We should get seats and I just realized like almost all the seats have been like
Yeah, they're totally.
oh, so there, yeah, there's your itinerary right there.
Pinterest, like IT or their like DevOps or whatever, they write some really cool things.
Oh yeah.
Like if you look on GitHub, they have something called SnapPass. It's like Snapchat but for passwords. So you like send it to, you basically just put a password in, you send the URL to somebody, and they can only be open once.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they just like make cool little like, I don't know, they're just like really small, so it's like not open.
Actually, this looks a lot shorter. It feels like this one like kind of went on.
Probably because they're trying to like teach us how to write an application with Xcode. I don't see where the hell is going on.
Like that's a way of like, oh, are you done now? Are you done now? No, there's like still like 3 more steps. You still have like 3 more like pages to code. And, like,
yeah, when they like had the interface up and they were dragging stuff around, I'm like, oh, I get it. And then all of a sudden they like start writing C.
it's like yeah, you need to create all these new directories. Why?
Oh, Amber's not coming. Not my nose yet, but I'm like, I feel like I'd have way more strength if I did something.
Yeah, because I read about Facebook. What was it, Google? I was like, oh, I'll give this a try. So do a password. But it would take so much time.
They can do it because they're all like.
They could dedicate a team to it.
Yeah, like I would love to just be able to just like work on and like contribute to projects that are open source, but
Yeah, your street cred one is like
it's also
bad rocket.
but it's like not that practical for like for everybody. Monkey 3 is really cool. So you have like Monkey, the new version, you can basically
We're at 3 now? I checked the last time it was 2. Interface, like self-service.
yeah, there was like a beta. Monkey 3, you could do like self-service portal, and people can just go to install their own apps.
I don't think so. It takes so much to maintain it.
Like people are just gonna start jumping ship.
So what's the overall of that? Imaging the Facebook way is that good or
Yeah, we should replace bets. It's like the goal. There's no second lane. No second lane. Alright, man. My wife. I don't know, maybe, man. I'm good. Yeah. I've been working. I work with my dad. I have to be on the floor. So I set up a refill mid-level. I'm going to start preparing my foot, my bike, and checking for me. I turn it off on the tires, like that. Checking off my text. Tap. Just trying to make sure it gets head down. Once we get down, when it was a one of my projects, I have them. Otherwise, I'm never I'm working on some skills. Yeah. No, I would love to. Yeah, you sure can. Why take pictures? Like put it on the interwebs. Sam keeps teetering.
Hey everybody, if you could take a seat, we're going to get started.
There's plenty of space right here. Front row. Can you use it?
You want me to do this?
You want to sit there? Sit there. No, sit there. Get better.
No. You
Get
guys
better
got
pictures.
Is this already started though? It is? Oh.
All right, first and foremost, we'll have Matt come up and absolutely thank him for providing this awesome. Hand him the mic. There you go.
Thanks, Andrew. Hey, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Matt Thorne. I'm the head of IT here at Pinterest. Welcome, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good time so far. We like hosting Macbrained here. This is the second time we've hosted. First time was March of 2014. Some of you might have been here for that. I recognize a lot of you. For those who are new, thanks for coming. We were a very small team then. It was me and one other guy who's not here anymore. Now we're 8 people in IT, so supporting a little over 500 users worldwide. So if you're part of, most of Pinterest IT is here right now. Raise your hand if you're part of Pinterest IT. We got Elliot from the Living Group, James Archive, we got John, Bruce, Elaine, and John, and I don't think I missed it. Derek's here someplace. So yeah, we're really excited to have all you guys here. We're really quickly going to tee up the first speaker here, Elliot Jordan from the Lindy Group, is going to be talking about how he solved a particularly nasty problem here with our file vault encryption keys sort of not being escrowed by the JSS. And it took us a while to figure that out, and Elliot came up with a really great solution. So, Elliot, all yours. And it's
Product placement. Make each of them wear one of the stickers.
Hey, Elliot, can you try to not stand in front of the screen? That'd be awesome. Thank you.
Posters. Oh, t-shirts.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming, and I'm going to talk a little bit about, I guess I'll go over here, and talk a little bit about how we discovered that in our JSS here at Pinterest, we were missing file vault recovery keys from computers that we expected to have recovery keys for. And that was for any number of reasons. We'll get into that, but we solved the problem, and we're in the process of rolling out right now the solution to that. So I'm just going to break down real quick what we did, and hopefully somebody can benefit from that. So there's any number of reasons why the JSS might not have a valid recovery key. The most common one is that the Mac was encrypted when it was enrolled, which is actually a good thing because you want your employees to be proactively encrypting computers. However, it means that Casper didn't get that key when the computer was enrolled, so for IT purposes, we need that key, and so this is how to get it back. It could be that they went into system preferences and manually turned on file vault even after it was enrolled. Or it could be due to a bug in Casper. We saw that in I think 960 or 961. There were recovery keys were not being escrowed as we expected. Or it could be because of database corruption or something else like that. So for any number of reasons, you might not have the keys you expect. And the way that that usually shows up is you see that the disk encryption is encrypted. However, file vault says not configured. So this go off.
Yeah, it's off. Is the red light on? There's a button on the side.
Sorry. There you go. So file vault is not configured for whatever reason. That's how it usually shows up. You can also make a. The batteries are down. Yeah, good. I'll just speak loud.
IT?
Like 2. All right, good. So that's the problem. The solution is we can use a policy to push out a script that will prompt the user, the file vault enabled user, for their password. And this will allow the file vault key to be regenerated and escrowed in the JSS. And so there's a couple steps involved in this process. First, you have to do a configuration profile that forces all the new keys to go to the JSS. Second, you set up a smart group to determine which computers you're actually talking about, which ones need work. Then you use the reissuekey.sh script that Jamf wrote with a little bit of tweaking to push that out, that password prompt. And the policy links up the script with the smart group. And I'll show you how all that works here. So at Pinterest, this is what it looks like. People, let me switch. Mic 3 test. Good. So people get a prompt that says your encryption key needs repair. And that's the way that we decided to phrase it, to not scare people that your computer is not able to be recovered, but at the same time kind of urgently give them a nudge and tell them that this is information we really need. And so it has the Pinterest logo on it. It's kind of warm and fuzzy and assures people that yes, this is legit. Even before this, we also sent people an email that said this is coming. So people were really warm to this, they really expect it, and that makes all the difference. Otherwise, people ignore it, they shove it off to the side, they don't trust it. Anything that asks for their password, we've been training people to be really suspicious of, so this kind of warms them up to that, the fact that it's coming from IT. And then they get a prompt for their login password. And this also has the Pinterest logo on it. It has a relevant title on dialog. So everything, it's kind of we try to make it as seamless as possible so that people could see transparently that this is actually coming from IT. And so here's the way we did it. First, the configuration profile. There's a built-in method to create a configuration profile that automatically redirects recovery keys to the JSS. And we just applied that to all computers. We did that about a week before we wanted to roll it out, so that all computers had a chance to check in and actually receive that configuration profile. Then we created a smart group. This smart group uses Rich Troughton's extension attribute called File Vault 2 Detailed Status, at least that's what I call it, to determine that File Vault 2 encryption is complete and the individual key validation is not valid, and the last check-in is less than 30 days ago. That just rules out the computers that are sitting on the shelf or for whatever reason aren't checking in. For computers that haven't checked in for a while and then do check in, it'll be on their second check-in that this runs, so that they'll still get caught eventually. But that just gives us a cleaner metric to work with to see how many computers are actually affected by this. Then we write the script, and this is a customized version of the reissue key script that Jamf already provides. And that script actually uses AppleScript to do the prompt, and then like an expect line to get that back into the shell. I've been told on Jamf Nation that if you're using expect, you're doing it wrong. I don't know any better than Jamf on this matter, so I'll leave it to somebody who's better at scripting than I am to fix that, but it seems to work pretty well here, so I'm not arguing with it. Does it? All right.
I use it a lot.
All right, it's unanimous.
Stuff we don't say.
So what we did here was we customized the script for Pinterest by, of course, emailing affected employees to let them know that it's coming. We used Jamf Helper even ahead of the Apple script to let them know that they're about to be asked for their password. We added logos to everything. And we fail silently if the logo is not present or if the computer is not encrypted, which means it doesn't matter anyway, or any number of other things. And then we actually verify the password that they enter, which the Jamf script doesn't do by default. And that has actually been a huge win for us because it turns out like 80% of the people don't know their Mac password on the first try. So if not for that, we would have had a lot of failed re-enrollments. So here's part of the script that matters. I can't do the whole thing, but this is the interesting bit. First, we explain what's about to happen using Jamf Helper. And of course, we've set these variables previously in the script. Then we use a Apple script to show the branded password prompt. And this part took me a while to figure out how to do, but if you put an ICNS file in temp, for example, you can actually call that in Apple script using the colon file format. You know, private temp Pinterest.icns, something like that. And you can use that to display an icon, a custom icon in Apple script, which is super useful. It makes the script look much more legit than it did before. It looked like malware, frankly. So I'm glad that. And then this is a part that James Barkley, where are you? There you are. He can take credit for this. He helped me figure out how to actually verify that the password is correct before we proceed. And so it gives people 5 tries, greater than or equal to 4, and of course it starts at 0, so that's 5 total. You can set that to 9 or 14 or whatever you want. We've found that most people, given 5 attempts, can actually remember their password. Not everybody, most. And then if it gets here, then we've succeeded. And there's some code after that that does the expect command. It gets passed in the user password and regenerates the file vault key. And if everything works as planned, then we start to see that file vault key show up in the inventory, in the computer inventory in JSS, which is what we want. Then we need a policy to tie it all together. So the policy, I'm going to post this so you don't have to write down all the details, but basically on return check-in, once per computer, it installs the custom icon, which is just /temp/Pinterest.icns. And then it runs the script, which calls that icon when it displays the various dialogues. And then it scopes to just the smart group that we created. And of course, don't forget to follow through. Monitor the policy logs since it's running only once per computer. If they enter their password wrong 5 times, it's going to fail. And you need to flush that log, maybe even walk over to the user and see if they need help resetting their password. It could be that they're on a network that doesn't have access to the JSS, therefore they can't download the ICNS file. And so they need to find some other way to grab those people. For whatever reason, you just need to watch the policy logs and see if you need to flush those for some reason. And also, it's a great idea to test the actual keys that you're receiving from this to make sure that they do actually decrypt the computer that you need to decrypt. Otherwise, what's the point? And of course, update your internal documentation. So it's something we're really big on, so don't forget that. That's it. And as you can see, there's a link to download these slides right here. I will, I guess, post these on Macbrained forums, right?
Yep.
All right, cool. So you see them there. Thank you.
Yeah, following tonight's meetup, we'll do a summary and we'll have links to presentation content as the presenters want to share them out. Luke, come on up. All right, so Luke's here from Facebook and he's going to talk to us a little bit about their imaging workflows.
Play it back and make fun of him. Slow motion the entire time.
Slow motion, you better don't.
Entire.
Make him stressed.
All right, hey, let's get started. My talk is going to be called Imaging, the Facebook Way. So a little bit about me. My name is Luke. I'm on our Client Platform Engineering team at Facebook. Stands for, or on the CP team, Client Platform Engineering. I used to be on the help desk for about a year and 2 months. And I was in the right place at the right time, with the right skill set. An opening was there, and now I work with these lovely gentlemen. So does anyone here not know what imaging is? Perfect. Okay. So yeah, skip that. There's actually no time for this. So let's talk about what I came into as a bright-eyed tech off the help desk with no imaging experience. So this next bit's kind of a story. Try and follow along. So in the past, Facebook would pay a third party for a package. This thing was enormous. It was like 5.5 gigs. In it had applications, launch agents. Our user template was already in this thing. This was started way before I got there, way before the guy before me did imaging got there. So no one really knew entirely what was in it. We just knew we installed it on a target disk mode computer. We could then rip that with OS X Server to get our net install, which we would then put on a machine. So it worked. At the end of the day, we had a machine that we could give to a user. The only problem was, as time went on, our requirements for a new machine changed. So maybe the onboarding team wanted a new VPN client, maybe a new wallpaper or something. And when I started, I did not know how to take apart packages. I didn't have a skill set. And anytime we asked the third party to make a change, they wanted a dollar amount, and two, it took just a tremendous amount of time to get it back from them. So to get around this, we developed scripts, and we had our imaging guys manually install all Apple updates, manually install packages on the machine after the fact to get it ready, fit for human consumption. The most important script we use is something you might have heard of in one of Mike Dodge's talks called Provisionator. The gist of it is the Python script, which would grab the user's account using that create mobile account utility. It would also just kind of set up the environment how we wanted it. At one point I had it installing Junos Pulse and configuring it. It kind of works. This process in total to get a new machine to a user took roughly 40 minutes times about 200 machines a week our imaging guys were doing, which was a long time. It was a lot of billable hours. It was a janky, very manual process, and it had to go. We needed something new. So, that pixelation. So we started looking at some open source alternatives. I hope some of you guys are using some of these. Other DMG, it's written by a guy who's named Makerville. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Monkey, which I hope a lot of you using.
Greg Nagel.
Yeah, written by Greg Nagel. Chef, it's written by Oxcode, and then the Play Studio. So all these are open source. Chef's free until you get to a certain size. But the main thing all these things have in common is their infrastructure is all in code. So everything we've ever built, it's in a Git repo. If someone asks a question about something, I can show them the exact line in the exact file, and then I can say, no, you're wrong, this is why. So, yeah, I'm going to talk about how now I build the images in-house using other DMG. So our image is totally, to use the buzzword, a thin image. The only difference is, so it's a stock OS X install from the App Store. Come on now. Plus Microsoft Office, because that's like 8 gigs. We don't want users to have to install after the fact, and for some reason people still insist on using Outlook. So the next step is, I went through. We did it again. So Office, OS X, and DMG. It gives us a file, or it gives you a DMG, which you then import into the Play Studio, which you then restore on the Mac. Pretty simple, nothing too fancy. I hope a lot of you guys do something along the same lines. So, I save Facebook money. At the end of the day, great, we're doing it in-house. Some of you guys might say, okay, big whoop, that's exactly what we do. I'm going to tell you what's special about it. So, in Deploy Studio, has anyone here used Deploy Studio? Yeah, right on. It's free, cool, it works. So yeah, nothing special. You netboot into Deploy Studio. Here's our workflows. We offer 10.5, 10.10. We have like a legacy image, which still relies on that provisionator script just as a backup in case everything explodes. So yeah, our imaging guys netboot. They see this, nothing fancy. The cool part is, come on now. Cool part is, oh, come on. You're killing me. Maybe I'm too far. So yeah, the cool part is they get this Cocoa dialog box. So this isn't part of Deploy Studio. This is something we added in after the fact. Woo! Woo! Cocoa dialog. Woo girl. Yeah, so it's a Cocoa dialog box. Simply asks, enter an AD username or the word other. People still mess this up, but I don't know. So if you enter the word other, you'll get this other Cocoa dialog drop-down menu. So these are all different types of machines, or Macs at least, that we offer at Facebook. We've got loaner machines, event loaners. Who's been to Facebook? Okay, a couple guys. So yeah, in the lobbies, we have big TVs showing videos, talking about how philanthropic Facebook is. We have the wayfinders, reception machines, imaging servers, and then Shelf, which normally uses. But so yeah, if you pick one of these, it'll drop a tag file, which is just an arbitrary file in some location, saying it's a loaner machine, it's a wayfinder, it's a reception machine. So after that, Deploy Studio just installs some packages that we need for Chef and Monkey to work right, and then the machine reboots. So the cool part about our imaging workflow is, after the first reboot, while Deploy Studio is in its post-install environment, both Chef and Monkey, well, first Chef runs, which configures Monkey, and then Monkey runs. So based on that tag file that was written at imaging time, based on what you pick in that menu, a different Chef run list will get applied to that machine, and different Monkey packages will get applied to that machine. So the application of this, we thought was really cool. So we can install specific packages for specific users based on their department, just entirely off that username prompt. Or if it's a wayfinder, we install specific packages, and Chef runs specific code. So they do their thing. So it's, like I said, you look at the tag file. Come on now, not too far. There we go. So Monkey will install packages based on the role or department of the employee, and then Chef will also run specific cookbooks. So this is all totally hands-off. Chef and Monkey just know what to do based on that file. So after imaging, the machine is 100% ready to go out into our fleet, fully patched, all up to date, totally in compliance. This process now takes roughly, on a bad day, like 18 minutes. So on a good day, we're getting 50 minutes out the door to a user. And the best part of this is there's no room for human error. All you have to do, I guess they still mess that up. But, if they're having a good day, they'll get the username right. They'll type the word upper right. So after all Chef and Monkey magic happens, our imaging guys log into the machine. This little Cocoa dialog box will pop up saying, do you want to set up Lighthouse, Outlook, and encryption? They'll say yes, hopefully. They'll enter their password in this Cocoa dialog prompt. Then we have some AppleScript, just, come on now. We have some AppleScript, just spit it into this configuration profile toolbox, which installs the Lighthouse or Wi-Fi profile. And then Outlook automatically opens, pre-configured for the user. And then one more box pops up just saying, okay, reboot to start encryption. So that's the imaging process from start to finish. So what does it look like? Come on. So for those of you who use Deploy Studio, you know it has something called Deploy Studio Admin Assistant. This lets you configure your server, and you can also build your netboots with it. So when I build a netboot, it asks you for, what's the IP of the server I'm going to be connecting to? What do you want this to show? What do you want the name to be when you netboot? So you can make it say Facebook Imaging or something. And it asks you if you want to install Python and Ruby and some other stuff. So I just fill it out with pure gibberish. Doesn't really matter. We do get Python in there. So it gives me netboot. I put some stuff for Cocoa dialog in there, and then we throw it up on a distribution point that all our imaging servers know about. So a new imaging server based on the chef code that was ran on it, knows exactly which replication point it's going to download from. So they all sync down their netboots, but if you remember, I said I just fill these out with gibberish. So that would be a problem. How would you netboot to the specific server if they're all using the same gibberish-filled netboot? That's where Python comes in. So I wrote a custom Python script. It mounts the netboot, dynamically configures the plist that Deploy Studio uses to always be pointing to that server. So actually, I thought it was funny, this morning, as I was drinking my coffee, our guy in Brazil said, hey, the IP's changed. We can't image Macs. Can you fix this? And I said, yeah, we got a script that does exactly that. So that was great. Crisis averted. Yeah. So we have roughly 40 imaging servers worldwide. I say roughly because people insist on like taking them offline and moving them to other offices. I don't know why. So yeah, it's roughly 40, somewhere around there. It's essentially every office with a corporate network connection. So every Deploy Studio server reports to a regional master. So we have obviously the one on my desk that I build everything on. That is then replicated out around the world to a master in each region. So we have, it's a little overkill, we have 3 in the US. But we have one in serving all of Europe, one serving India, and then one serving the Asia Pacific region. So the reason we do this is because Deploy Studio will not let you image a machine while it's syncing from a master. So in the US, when I first rolled out Deploy Studio, I was like, great, let's send 8 gigs to New York. Cool, it'll be done in an hour. And they can be imaging, they can be imaging by end of day. I didn't take into account that it takes a while to get something to India. So these poor guys were offline for like a week at a time trying to sync like a gig. So now this way, we let these regional masters handle the heavy load. No one images from these. Their job is purely to just sync files. So they sync over the 8 gigabyte image, and then from there it's dispersed to all imaging servers in that region. So this was huge. Like we were getting calls at 3 a.m. from India saying, "Oh, we can't image," and I have to say, "Sorry, it's syncing." So, but this was awesome. So what's next? We have some plans to build something we want to call CPE in a box, or Team Client Platform Engineering. The idea is it's going to be a monkey server, a caching server, and an imaging server all in one. So we can just send this to an office and they'll be just good to go, great latency, because they'll be getting everything locally. And we're almost there. We want to remove the need to image entirely. With Chef and those tag files, it essentially is there. Just if people would stop using Outlook, we wouldn't need to put it in the image. So, because right now you can go to the App Store, you can buy a Mac. If you run our Chef code on it, it's good to go. Just doesn't have Office. Yeah, those are some takeaways. Staying close to the computer. So don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. So when we first rolled out the Deploy Studio, I was like, cool, it's a free product, does what we need, why mess with it? And then we decided, oh, we could start throwing things into this netboot environment. We could make it totally custom. We can do what we want. I broke it a few times. Imaging definitely went down a couple times. But at the end, now we have a product we're really happy with. It does what we need. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Gosh darn it. But yeah, my whole team, brilliant guys, love working with them. They've all had a hand in this process. And so, yeah, and reason reshare. I plan on open sourcing that Python script I have that configures the netboot images. I just need to retool it because it's using a lot of our custom in-house stuff. If you want to get a hold of me, I'm always in IRC, so you can always get a hold of me there. Some of the stuff we utilize is on our GitHub, so you can come check that out. And then obviously you guys all know about the Macbrained group. So yeah. Does anyone have any questions? Do you have to answer? No. Let me hear it. Yeah.
So if you're going the full thin imaging route, what if in countries that have really bad WAN links, how do you handle core OS re-imaging? Do you see impact on your network trying to pull that down? Are you caching those?
It's definitely rough for sites like Brazil. I've done most of this actually with Brazil in mind because I really like those guys, and the bandwidth is just horrible there. So a really janky solution is we have them just do a fresh install from the recovery partition, and then we just tell them the commands to run to get Chef going, and then Chef will just throw all our policies on there. The rough part is all the monkey packages. So until we get a distribution point closer to that region, they're going to suffer. Yes?
You had mentioned that Outlook is your blocker for the reason you're not stopping full imaging. What's stopping you with the Outlook? Are you using Office 365 or?
No, we use the Office 2011 suite, so. Yeah, it's mostly bandwidth. It's just we don't want to make users, every new hire download an 8 GB install of this so that they can get on with their day. So we put in the image just to ease their woes. Nick?
Why bake Office into the auto DMG and not just use Deploy Studio to install the package?
Because in a Deploy Studio workflow, you can have it install packages, but now we're lengthening the image time. So we're trying to shave off as much time from imaging as possible, so it's already in the image. That's one less thing Deploy Studio installs.
There's an average of 200 per machine per week, so every little minute you can shave off really adds up.
Yeah.
Office really hates its location. It's regional settings being changed on it. We found in our situation. So if you have like a Swiss keyboard or a Spanish keyboard, it flips out if it's already installed.
Don't worry, Chef handles that.
Yeah, okay. but that's another reason.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why did you decide to bootstrap Monkey with Chef instead of Chef with Monkey?
Mike might or Greg. They might know better. Greg.
Repeat the question for the guys on the stream.
Yeah.
Repeat it.
Okay, so the question was why would we bootstrap Monkey with Chef rather than Chef with Monkey, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so the reason is if you look at Monkey code, it's entirely Python. So with Chef, you can essentially just do a remote directory. Yeah, cookbook file, whatever, and we just dump all that. So if anybody makes any one change in that Python file by Monkey, Chef's come on and redo it. The other thing is the .app, which is obviously a binary, we don't want that in our Git repo. We wrote a custom provider that actually installs packages, so we bundle that .app and that works. So
Extend Python or Monkey, can you change what you want?
yeah. So essentially, like, if I want to change, also the other thing is we have multiple distribution points with Monkey. So with Chef, we can actually update that every 15 minutes. Also with the pre-flight, so it's kind of like one or the other. But we find that having Chef install Monkey is faster and it's actually more secure because if you install Chef with Monkey, now what's controlling Monkey? Yeah, it's actually simpler for us. It comes down to that. I think it's just preference, right? I think it's just personally preference, and we like the fact that Chef.
Mike, I feel like you want to get up here.
No.
Okay.
What do you want to say?
We can change any facet of Monkey in our environment with just checking into our own Chef repo.
Yeah.
So say that.
Basically, we manage the configurations of Monkey with Chef. Chef runs every roughly 15 minutes, so if at any point at any time we want to change how we do Monkey, Chef just throws it down.
Yeah.
He had 2 questions.
Quick question.
Yes.
And look at the device enrollment program we're producing out of the box.
We did. That was a little above my head. I can't remember why we didn't go with it. Sorry.
No binaries.
No binaries?
It doesn't send binaries, it just does MDM enrollment.
Huh.
What does?
Deb.
Why didn't we do
They
that?
can install packages now.
We buy through our we buy our Macs through third party.
That's not
Oh, right.
The problem is it's not enforceable. Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
You just get the setup assistance and just skip steps.
And then I have one from the stream. They were wondering if the Deploy Studio servers also handle all the netboot tasks.
Yeah. Full netboot tasks. Each Mac Mini is serving the images.
So it's both the netboot and a DOS server?
Yes.
Do you feel the need to move away from OS X as a server platform to make replication easier?
I tried playing around with Docker because when we were at Mac Tech in LA, when we were in LA, some people were talking about Docker Dockerized versions of net booting and Deploy Studio. So I got it running in a VM, and then I had to put that on hold for one reason or another. But I would like to try playing with Docker. Does anyone here use it?
Where's
oh, really? I think there's a guy over there.
We will absolutely have presentations on that in the future.
Okay, cool. Absolutely. I'm excited for that one. Yeah, Docker looks really cool. It's totally free. It'll remove the need for physical hardware in these locations, so that'll be nice.
What about like Linux platform stuff? Like, does it have to be on Apple hardware, or are you guys more flexible in what you guys can use, or
for what?
For these appliances.
Well, netbooting requires Mac hardware, but
no.
Oh, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Well, there's not, but yeah, I haven't looked into that.
Okay.
For us, typically, it's easier to ship out a mini than, say, a Linux server.
Yeah, same here.
Actually, yeah, Mike requested a Linux box in Dublin, and it was faster for me to walk to another building, ask them for a Mac Mini, walk it back, give it to Mike, Mike fly to Dublin, plug it into the IDF, before our guys were able to get a VMO. Yeah, but that's not how we do.
Don't we battle all of those in IT? That's it on the stream so far.
I have one correction. I think earlier you said Deploy Studio is open source. It's not. It's free,
Well,
but
I
it's
guess
not
I-
open source.
Okay, correction. What I wanted to say is our workflows. It's a workflow is an XML file, so you can throw that into Git.
Right, but I mean like the actual source.
Yes,
code.
the actual app is not open source. Thank you.
Anything else?
And
Yeah. Spirit is open source, but it's
Right.
not code complete.
yes, I was trying to play with it. And there's like no documentation on it.
So everybody came Mosin
Okay, fix it, Mosin, fix it.
So you mentioned that you use Chef to control your Monkey deployments. Do you not use Monkey to update Monkey on the clients? You only use Chef for that?
Yeah, we only use Chef.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you
I think
don't
at one
use
point
any
we
like the Monkey update package.
Yeah,
you just update.
the other problem with Monkey is you try to update itself with itself. Sometimes you get this stupid loop where it's trying to update the .app, and you have the .app open, and so
Raise conditions.
Yeah, because you can't really upgrade the .app with Monkey, because especially if they have the manual software center open.
Sure.
So,
Well, I mean, it can if you log out.
Right, but
But you're gonna require the user to log out?
A user logging out is like close to
Never
like 8 tsunamis at once.
It
It can't happen ever. All right. Thank you guys for. Let's give these guys a round of applause. I remember my first semester in Oh, my good question.
No, that was a high five. Good job. Good job. He didn't come out on rips then. Yeah, no dad.
I appreciate the throwback for the small others. Never forget. Never forget.
Yeah, it is. It's high enough that no one will touch it. There's a never forget, and it's a picture of Wesley when he was probably like, I don't know, 50 pounds heavier.
Oh, yeah, still there.
Your seats. Yeah. It was during his emo phase.
Okay, you guys still with us? Awesome. Alright. So exciting news. I want like a drum roll or something. Alright. So Jam Software, they have been amazing to us. They've been a huge supporter of Macbrained since our inception in 2013. And we're really excited to announce that they're our platinum sponsor for 2015, which means a lot of things. I'm not going to get into them. There's going to be a blog post on it, a full write-up that will post. I think it's posting right now, actually. So you can learn more about it. But we just want to give them a huge thank you and just say that we're so excited to partner with them and more on that soon. Woo!
All right.
Who's that handsome guy?
Yeah. So now we have Mr. Arik.
which if you may or may not have heard about his next awesome venture, Pure Slicely. And we wanted to make sure that we gave him a good thank you for helping us out through the years and being a part of Macbrained and help found it. So we got a hoodie made for him. Ooh.
You have to come up here.
True.
She's
already there. Oh.
VIP.
Yep.
So we're trying to go with like the whole.
Yeah, stop working.
We're trying to go with the whole GM software thing, where getting a hoodie is kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
So
This is something else.
you're the only one with a.
Jealous guys? And welcome to the community, guys. This is awesome.
Yeah. So, a couple notes. Sponsorship changes things, doesn't necessarily change things. Doesn't really change what we're doing. Kind of just formalizes things as far as format. We're still absolutely part of the monkey chef idea of things and want to keep contributing there. It's definitely just a sponsorship, but there's a lot more in the blog post about that. So, next is we already have our next meetup dates. See, we're growing up. Getting more legitimate. We're trying here, guys. We're trying. We even have speakers. How about that? So, next month, February 19th, Facebook. Woo! Awesome venue.
Limited amounts of seats, so once it goes live, and pizza.
We don't go to the cafeteria, we're good.
Once it goes live, register.
Yeah, and we're seeing these events. They're starting to sell out really quickly. We had the scripting event that we did earlier this month. The one in Lookout, and the one down in Jam Software down in Cupertino. The San Francisco one sold out within hours. It was crazy.
This event sold out in less than 24 hours.
Yeah, less than 24 hours. We were out of seats. And it was sold out. We mean reserved, I suppose, not sold, but you get the gist. So we're trying for decent sized venues. Sign up. You see the link. Don't think about it twice. We hate turning people away. We want you to be here.
When's it opening up?
What was that?
When is it opening up? The registration.
Oh, the registration? We'll have it up sometime this week. By Friday, yeah.
As soon as the registration goes live, we'll send out the emails. We'll make sure that we put it on the website. It hits the Facebook. It hits the Twitter. We have the checklist down now. We're making sure each format, someone likes a different thing. Some people want it in Facebook. Some people want it in email. Some people want it on Twitter. Some people want it on the website. So we're making sure that it's at the same time available to everybody. And hopefully we don't get down to like WWDC style where it's just hit and refresh. Yeah, Dodge is not getting a text message.
Unless it's out on the Facebook.
Add your SMS email address to the mailing list and you will get a text message. There you go. Alright. So you can see here.
Hey everybody. So even though I'm kind of stepping down from Macbrained, I'm putting just a tiny bit of time into MacTech. I'm now the session chair for Bay Area. They're launching, I don't know if you guys heard of MacTech Pro?
Yes. Yeah.
So they're sort of taking, right now what they used to have was these boot camps which were more focused around consultants and smaller SMBs. And they're trying to develop that into a more advanced where people that are in enterprise and mid-market can actually also join in, help desk people maybe looking into going into engineering or junior engineers trying to learn some new techniques and solutions. So what I'm doing is I'm looking for the 25th, I'm looking for some speakers. Check out pro.mactech.com and see what the topics are. I'm giving you a lot of flexibility. Don't really feel like you have to go exactly by the print that's there.
because we're the first one in San Francisco and because I'm running it, we're going to make it the way we want to. And I want to make sure that we get some really good Macbrained community people there to present. It's good practice, and it kind of gets Macbrained out as well to smaller consultants, SMBs out there. Woo! So you can reach out to Macbrained, or you can reach out to art@precisely.com right there, or at Crazy Euro on Twitter, and I'll definitely get you at it on any of the sessions.
Sweet.
Thanks, guys.
Other things going on. Mac IT released their dates, and there's a call up for presenters on that too. And absolutely, there's a call up for presenters here. I know that there's a few of us that are always presenting, and we love that. Thank you so much. But if you're out and you have a great idea, you don't have to have presented before to present next time.
And it doesn't have to be super technical either. We know we get a lot of technical speakers, which is awesome. But it's always good to talk about something else. And even if it's not exactly in the Mac iOS space, if it's just IT, we're open to any ideas.
And also, we're looking for in content in the forums. So we sent out the surveys, and everybody wanted forums, and that was awesome.
And a new website.
And a new website. So we got you a new website. We got you forums. Chicken and the egg. You got to put something in there. Nobody wants to look at an empty forum. It's lonely and sad. It's not okay. So please contribute. We're trying to put unique content in there. We don't just want to be a news aggregation service. That's not what we're trying to be. We're not really a service. We're just trying to help the community work itself out. And we think that there is a need for people to connect, and we're hoping that can be facilitated by the forums. And if it can't, you can always reach out to us. And if you have a different idea for technology, ping out. Let us know. Maybe we haven't seen it.
Blog posts. Totally looking for guest people to contribute to our blog posts. We're going to try to have some exclusive people. I'm sure you guys have heard of like Rich Stroughton and Bryson over at Jam. They both have great blogs, and hopefully one day they'll be writing some exclusive stuff for us. But we want your guys' content too. We need your content to make the forums and the website in general a success.
And Nick.
Oh, so in addition, there's also another conference that's new this year called the ACES Conference. That's in May in New Orleans. It's the Apple Consultant Conference being put on by my business partner, Justin Esgard. So if you're an Apple consultant, you should look into, I think it's acesconf.com. Just take a look at it. It's supposed to be, they've already got lots of sponsors, and it's, legit, real conference, not just him showing up and hoping everyone else does too. Apple consultant specialty, for small, medium business, large business, etc. So it's supposed to be really good stuff, good content. I think they're looking for speakers too. So if anyone else is looking to travel to New Orleans,
and we'll blast it out for you.
Yeah, that sounds like a good Macbrained post.
Hey.
Sure
It does.
There it is.
That's the kind of stuff I agree. It needs to go up because not everybody can make it to the meetups every time, right? And we're working on our stream issues. Thank you, people on the stream, for dealing with us with our growing pains. We're getting there, almost. But yeah, posts. That right there, absolutely. Put it out there, and we'll, if it's something that needs to be blasted out, we'll take care of making sure that it's Twitter, Facebook, everything underneath the Macbrained name, and just gets out there.
Cool. We're done a little bit early. We are going to be at Mars Bar across the street if you guys want to come and hang out. I don't think that we need to get out of here for another half hour or so.
Until 8.
Until 8. So if you guys want to hang out here for a little bit too. Eventually we'll be scooting off to across the street to Mars Bar.
Either way, thank you so much for coming.
And big thank you to Pinterest for coming through last minute.
And of course, a thank you to Arik again.
Praise God! I'll jump in
I'll
front
be
of
back.
you doing? I like treating you guys.
Why am I getting like
Tremendous.